I trained an accounting firm on how to take really big projects, even if they were small, because they could manage the risk very effectively. So that's really what I want to do for you today, is that even if you have a small structure with like 4, 5, 10 people, you can take huge projects because you know how to manage the risk and you have a really good method with artificial intelligence. So the idea is that I trained those people. There was a business owner which was doing all the onboarding for all the customer. Every time there was a project, the business owner was like, all right, what is it? I'm gonna check the corpus, which is the big book about all the financial things in Europe, for example. And he had to like spend hours and hours on every project. It was not financial viable. He worked for like 90 hours a week. It was horrible. So what we put in place is that this person, with all the like employees that he had, we put a procedure to make sure that the employees could take some of the expertise, some of the work that he did, to make sure they could be way more faster, make sure that it's streamlined, make sure that it's standardized, to make sure that the quality of every operation is really like prime. And that's one of the big things, is that the expert, the business owner, was doing the validation. He was doing the research, the fetching of the information, but also the validation. And that's what's like really stupid. Because imagine if on every project you spend 10 hours, but the validation takes 20 minutes. What if your employee could do that? And that's what we're gonna see today, is that I'm gonna show you the method that we put in place to make sure that the employees, with a prompt, can ask something to artificial intelligence and have a great result. And for this, we use a tool which is called Perplexity. So what is Perplexity? Perplexity is basically like ChatGPT, but the thing is that it's way more precise, and also you can verify the source, verify the content that gives you, instead of ChatGPT, which tells you, I find this on the web, please trust me. Perplexity is way more precise, and when you have an accounting firm, you don't have the right to make an error, so that's why we are using it. So for example, you're gonna see I'm gonna be on Perplexity. I'm gonna give you like one of the use case that we use with the accounting firm. It's gonna be, my customer is operating in France, is buying a used car from France and Germany. He would like to know if it's possible to bring all the stock to Germany and just sell it. Does he need to create a new business? Is there like sales tax that he doesn't know about? And could you put me like the 30 risks that are possible on this project and put them in a table? So there's a lot of elements inside of this. You can say that I ask for like 30, I give the context of my customer, and then I ask for a format which is going to be the table. And you're going to see that if I validate this, of course, artificial intelligence is going to check on the web. This is not new. It's going to also tell you, I believe I find this on the web, please trust me. But we're going to see we have a little method that's going to help us like go way further. And then we're gonna have like the 30 risks in question. So that's really the main thing, is that Perplexity gives you the chance, for example, if you want to verify a crucial information, you can select it with your cursor, and then you can see verify the source. This happens only when you create your account, so if you don't see it, please create your account. As you can see, it's gonna tell you, I find this on this and that. Let's imagine I want to verify. Instead of like telling me, I believe I find this on this article, you can see that if I click on this one, is supposed to find me the very specific information. I did the test right before it worked, so believe me, it's supposed to work. It's gonna tell you basically the very specific text where you find the information. And then you're gonna have the 30 risk. So this is where the value is basically. It's because if you have an accounting firm, which is like specify also in the economic and like expansion of your customer potential, you have like a lot of risk, but you don't know which one could be good, which one could be like a really big break for your business. And that's where Perplexity is going to be very useful. So let's imagine, for example, you're going to have this one about the border. There needs to be an audit, seems so. Instead of having only the 30 risks now, let's imagine you can manage most of them, but this one you're not sure, you can just select it. And then you're going to be able to add it to the next question. You can see that now it's right there. And then you can say, this is good, but now I need all the legal advice that you can find on this specific topic. And I could add like way more information, but that's the idea. I just want to show you like what is possible. And then instead of having like one line inside of a 30 list, you're gonna have like a kind of legal advice, if I dare say, from artificial intelligence. And again, based on your expertise, like it's not an intern that's gonna be able to like find all the information, just like answer the customer. Based on your expertise, you can say like, all right, this we can manage, that we can do, This I don't think we can. This we need a specialist for that. And that's really like the main process, is that somebody, which is the employee, not the expert to the business owner, can take this like prompt at the beginning, as you can see right there, with the customer context, and give you an analysis, give you, all right, this is what we can manage, this is what we did in the past, this is what we can do right now. I don't think we can manage that. I know that there is this risk and this risk. What do you say? You're the business owner. Do you validate the project, or is it a terrible idea? And this is already pretty good, but the problem is that the customer always have more questions. He pays us like to answer questions, he pays us to do a job, but at the same time, the customer always have more questions. And one of the ways that we applied for this specific business owner is to tell him, you can research even more than what you think to make sure that you don't have to make more appointment with the customer than needed. The idea is that if you have more information, if you do more research than needed, the customer will ask you a question and there is a chance that you already have the answer. As you can see on Perplexity, there is a little functionality that I love, is the question liée, which means like linked question, which is going to be like the next question that you could ask yourself. And what is very good is that if, for example, your customer say, this problem and this problem, there is a good chance that those, for example, question might be on his radar. And so if you have the answer, that might be good to bring up. For example, if the customer didn't ask for it, but you think could be relevant information, you can bring them up. Or instead of that, if he has a question, well, you have the information, so you seem like more of an expert that you already are. So it's like a win-win situation, if you dare say. So as you can see, kind of precise, you can really push, this is really good. If this question is not enough, you can go back, select another one, and keep pushing, okay? So that's really like the beauty of this tool, and that's what I would say in this specific topic. More than that, because I give you like some advice on this, now my element's gonna be like, how can you make sure as a business owner that what you're gonna apply has great value for your company, and specifically is standardized with multiple employees, because even if you do that for one employee, it's not enough. You need to be able to push it. You need to be able to make sure that everybody's gonna have the same quality. And that's where I would say we can include inside of it. We do training, we do a lot of consulting for all this. So if you need a really big firm, a really good firm specifically for this type of element, don't hesitate to contact I-avantage, which is my company, sorry, and we will help you with that. But more than that, we are trying to create most value to show you that we can be the partner that you can count on artificial intelligence. So I will still give you like some of the secrets. As you can see right there, the secret is that you can see that we used a prompt with an AI, and the AI give me a table. This is like the first step. What I invite you to do is to create a SOP, which is standardized operation procedure. You need to be able to standardize the process that you're gonna have. And so how do you do that? You can say, if the customer has an email on one of the missions that we don't do usually, or a very complicated very complicated mission, then we use the email once we remove the name of the customer, for example, for like confidential matter. You grab the email, you say to the AI, all right, this is the problem of my customer. Could you find me the 30 like problem or risk that we could have in specific mission? And then you keep pushing. You make an analysis. One of the big things that I really want to show you with Perplexity, I really need to show you this, is that at the end, once you make all the questions that you want, I'm just gonna ask one last one so we have like something substantial, something kind of big. You can ask, all right, now can you make me a huge, very long, very detailed, and extremely precise with no hallucination and no invention of information, and make it like really easy to read, fluid, and by section. It might sound funny, but if you're asking like something very long, very detailed, extremely precise, it usually does it. And so basically you're gonna have like a report on the topic with like all the information that could be interesting. As you can see, you can have all the thing and all the risk again. Give you a good amount of chance to go way faster. And specifically when you have the appointment with the customer, you have like basically a sheet, a spreadsheet basically, with all the information that could be needed. So that's like one of the little big thing. Again, I have like so many secrets to share with you, but I gotta try to give you as much because I want to show you that we are confident on what we can do for you. But that's basically what we would do for like a company on one of the phase of artificial intelligence. So please, if you need anything, any help, don't hesitate to leave a comment, don't hesitate to leave me a message on my website, little like line, I don't know what you call it, I-avantage in the French way. And you can see like the website in the description basically. I wish you the best. Don't hesitate to contact us if you need somebody serious to integrate artificial intelligence inside of your company. We'll be very happy to help you. We already helped like hundreds of companies in France. We try to export ourselves more than France because of taxes. So I wish you the best for everything. Don't hesitate to implement that in your career or your company. You're going to see great results. I wish you the best and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.